So the next big part of crochet that we're going to learn is how to do what we call a slip knot. But first, we're going to quickly talk about crochet hooks. Crochet hooks come in a variety of sizes. So like this one here is 4mm, and they go up to like 6.5mm, and they go well beyond 6.5. This is just, I think, the largest one I've got. And you may think, well, what do they do, and how do I decide which one is appropriate for my project? What they do is quite simple. They just feed in through the stitches, or through the loops, I guess. Deciding which one's best for your project is a little harder. Just depends on sort of what you want, but we'll get into that later. I think we're not going to get too confused with all of those parts. So for this project, I'm going to use my bigger 6.5mm. If you've got a small yarn, you want to then size down to maybe something like this is a 4mm, or really size down like a 2.5. The way I sort of tend to judge which one I need is I get my yarn like this, and then I will just hook it under and see how well it hooks and think, okay, well, am I happy with that? Just see if I get a smaller one like this, like that will work, and this is a 5mm, and this will make my stitches tighter, but I'm not as comfortable using this. And then if we go down even further to something really small like this 4mm, it tends to pull the fibres away, so I tend to go for the 6.5, but you can use whatever. So you're going to use a slip knot pretty much every time you crochet, so it's really important to know what one is. This essentially just makes it so we can start off our work and we have a knot to start, and we can work into this because then it creates a little loop, and then we can work into these loops. So this is the way I do a slip. There's, much like the last video, there is many different ways you can do a slip knot, but this is one I find the easiest. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get the end of the yarn again, like we did last time. And for this, all we're going to use are these two fingers, your index finger and your middle finger. And then we're going to put it like that. You can hold it with your thumb in the middle bit. And we're going to wrap it over like that. So we're going to wrap it over. So it should look something like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cross these over. So I'm going to get that, cross it over like an X, and then just sit it sort of here to rest on top of this middle finger. Because then what we're going to do is, so you have this X like this, you're going to rotate your hand so your palm is down. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab this one, so the one we made with just this second one we made, so the second part of the X. So you can see it follows through to this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to push this underneath this. So that's going to get pushed underneath that. And then you should have this little thing. So then you can just pull your fingers out and just pull on it. And there's your slip knot. You can pull the tail to make it shorter. I'm not sure. I can't. Now I'm doing this video, I can't remember which one makes it shorter. I think if you pull this one, it makes it shorter. Then with this slip knot, you'll see the hole in the middle. Okay, I'm just making the hole a bit bigger so it's more visible. You can see the knot we have. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to put your hook through. So you're just going to put the hook through and then maybe just hook it and then pull these away from each other till it's about, so it can still move on your hook, but it's not like really loose, like that's way too loose. See how much room there is between it? I can almost fit my finger in. So just going to make it just so it can fit there. Okay. And that'll be this part done with. We won't go into creating even a chain yet. That'll be in the next video. But just to recap, you can just pull it away like that if you want to just get rid of what you've done. Like that. Over. X. Then remember, you're just going to pull through and voila, pull away the sides, and there you go, there's your slip knot.